Today we're checking out Rowan Zorilla's brand new shoe with Vans, the Rowan 2. This is an evolution of his first shoe with upgrades to the style and function, with a whole lot of technology that's gone into the sole, which they're calling the Impact Waffle Cup Sole. I'll explain what that is in a second, but first let's look at some other features of the shoe. So the Rowan 2 takes inspiration from vintage court shoes, but is built with modern Impact Waffle technology, which is a combination of dual density impact cushioning and their 6-stick rubber, giving these shoes amazing impact protection without compromising the board feel. So it seems like Vans got the mix right with these shoes, because cup sole shoes aren't really known for their great board feel, at least not while they're breaking in anyway. These have suede and leather uppers with the Dura cap being exposed to add a bit more style and to remind you that if you do happen to rip through the suede here, there's an extra layer of protection underneath. There's internal tongue straps and a firm heel anchor at the back here to keep your foot down in the shoe for a comfortable fit. Now the Impact Waffle cup sole is made up of 4 different layers. There's a 6-stick rubber cup sole with a zonal tread pattern in the forefoot for more grip and board control, and a reverse waffle tread pattern at the heel to increase the longevity of the shoe. Up from that is the VR3 Cush midsole with the dual density foam for the shock absorbent, but beneath that, in between that and the outsole, they've added an extra layer of foam to increase the heel protection for impact, but they've only run that across the heel here. They said if they ran it through the whole shoe, it would have compromised the board feel. The final layer of the sole is the recycled sock liner inside. This is an additional layer made of 98% recycled materials that's been molded to the top of the midsole just for extra comfort. So this is the most technically advanced shoe that Vans make at the moment, and I'm sure you can see why with all of the design that's gone into this and all the technology in the sole. And they came out looking pretty sick too. All that being said, we still need to skate these shoes and see how they actually perform. So let's get into the session to see how long these take to wear in, what the board feel is like initially. Then we need to put these shoes through 3 main tests. These shoes are feeling so good so far. There's no hot spots in my feet that are hurting at all. They're super comfortable. They seem to have worn in quickly as well, and the board feel is great so far. So I'm going to keep testing that by skating some of the ledges and rails that are around here. Then I need to get into some flip tricks to see how the grip and the flick are of these shoes. And then there's a 6-stair here that I'll jump down a few times to test the impact absorption and see how my feet feel after a full session in these shoes. So after a full session in these shoes and putting them through all of the tests I just did, I can safely say that these shoes are amazing. Like I said, they wore in pretty much instantly. There was no hot spots. Usually when you get new shoes, there are little points in the shoe that start hurting, and it takes a while for that point to wear in and stop hurting. But these shoes had none of those hot spots. They felt good straight away. The board feel was really good from the beginning as well. I think they made a really good decision putting that extra wedge within the heel here to give you more heel protection with impact, but not running it throughout the whole shoe, so you've got more board feel around the toe and the ball of your foot. So that made a big change to a cup sole shoe like this. The board feel when I was skating the ledges and the rails felt really good. It's one of those board feels where you can throw down and you can set up your feet and just try a trick. You don't have to look down and make sure they're in the right spot. You could feel that they were in the right spot when you're scooching your feet around on the grip tape. So there was a lot of peace of mind just knowing wherever you would move your foot, it's exactly where you want it to be. But at the same time, the way the tread is designed at the bottom, there's a lot of grip as well. So it didn't feel like your foot was just sliding around the grip tape. So I feel like the rubber at the bottom was perfectly balanced balanced. All of the flip tricks felt really good in these shoes too. Kick flips and tray flips worked well and felt good, but the heel flips felt the best out of all of them. Because of this big panel here, when I was trying to do the heel flips, this part would just grab to the board and I'd get a really nice flick on all of my heel flips, so that felt really nice. And then jumping down the stairs at the end, it is only a 6 stair, but I'm a big guy, so that's the equivalent of like the impact of a 10 stair for me. And I jumped down those stairs about 10 times in a row and my feet didn't hurt one bit. My legs don't even hurt from that either, which is a surprise as well. So all of the technology that went into the impact protection and the shock absorbent in the heel here really made a big difference. And the sole of this shoe is like nothing I've ever skated before. So these skated really well, they look good, they feel good, they broke in straight away. They're not that worn out after a full session, especially all of the flip tricks you've seen me do. I'm not very consistent at flip tricks, so for every land there was at least 10 to 20 tries that went to that land. And the shoes aren't really worn out or scuffed at all for the amount of times I tried to do flip tricks today. So I feel like these are going to hold their shape, be really durable and feel good for the whole life of this shoe. And I'm definitely going to keep skating these things. So go cop a pair of these shoes from the link in our description below, or head to your local Fast Time store to pick up a pair and test these out for yourself. But these shoes are sick and you guys are going to love them.